Y'all, that Declaration of Independence didn't just sail across the Atlantic. It floated all the way up the Niger River over the Sahara Camel Trails and landed smack dab in the middle of Timbuktu like a dead skunk in a punch bowl. Timbuktu's still the Harvard of West Africa. Mosques full of scholars, libraries bigger than some European towns, merchants in silk robes arguing philosophy while sipping mint tea. One day a caravan rolls in from the coast, carrying European newspapers, Arabic letters from London, and a fresh Arabic translation of that famous line, all men are created equal, endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. And the scholars of Timbuktu took one whiff of that sentence and said, boy, something died up in here, and it smells like slave ship bilge mixed with hypocrisy cologne. See, Timbuktu had been watching the Atlantic slave trade for 200 years. They knew exactly where them ships were going. They'd seen the caravans of chained people marching north to Barbary Coast or south to the European forts. So when the same folks who were buying human beings by the boatload started preaching liberty and equality, the reaction wasn't confusion. Let me get this straight. The men who say God gave every soul freedom are the same men who put iron on my cousin and sold him for a mirror and 3 bottles of rum. Brother, that ain't revelation. That's comedy. One famous Timbuktu poet, Ahmad Baba the Younger, had already written a whole treatise back in the 1600s saying there's no religious justification for enslaving freeborn Muslims. By the 1780s, his book was still on the shelves right next to the fresh news from America. So when Jefferson's pretty words showed up, the scholars didn't clap. They pulled out Baba's book, tapped the page, and said, see, even the infidels know it's wrong now, and they still doing it. That's not ignorance. That's willful, extra strength, grade A hypocrisy. From the palaces of Dahomey to the universities of Timbuktu, the message was the same. The stink of that contradiction traveled further than any caravan, floated higher than any mosque tower, and settled over the whole Atlantic world like a hot, nasty fog. And one day that stink was going to make the whole house come tumbling down. Because when you write all men are created equal while you're holding the chains, somebody, somewhere is going to read it, look at those chains and say, all right, bet, let's talk.